Order.
Councilwoman Selby,
Present.
Councilman Carter-Keeney,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin.
Not present.
Thank you. Councilwoman Selby, will you please lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Tonight we do not have any other additional preliminary matters under number 4, so we'll move on to regular business. Item number 2. The first item is a correction and adoption of minutes from the April 6, 2022 Town Board meeting. And Councilwoman Lukacek would like to take that item.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I have reviewed the regular board meeting minutes of April 6, 2022. I make no recommended changes or additions. Make a motion we approve. I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Carter-Keeney,
I abstain.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 2 under regular business this evening are the fund bills. And Councilman Carter-Keeney, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I've reviewed the fund bills and proposed to make a motion that we pay them in the amount of $117,268.27.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Carter-Keeney,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, moving on to correspondence. We have 3 items of correspondence tonight. The first item is the March 2022 Town Clerk Report that's been received and filed. Item number 2 is the March 2022 income statement, which has been received and filed. And item number 3 under correspondence is the Patchen Fire Company Form 990 form, which was a contract requirement that has been received and filed. Moving on to new business, item number 4 is request from the floor. If anyone that's in the audience tonight would like to come up to the microphone, feel free to state your name, address, and you have 3 minutes to comment. Okay, with no comment, I will close the floor. All right, item number 2 is resolution 2022-18, authorizing additional accessory building at 6874 Pin Oak Drive. Councilwoman Lukacek, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. After reviewing from the ZBA's suggestion to their recommendation for approval for 6874 Pin Oak Drive, I make a motion that we approve resolution number 2022-18, authorizing the additional accessory building at 6874 Pin Oak. I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Carter-Keeney,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 3 under new business tonight is resolution 2022-19, authorizing an additional accessory building located at 8634 Zimmerman Road. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion to authorize approve resolution number 2022-19 for an additional accessory building at 8634 Zimmerman Road for the resident Brian Culver.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Carter-Keeney,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 4 tonight is resolution 2022-20. I can tell it's a building season. Authorizing another additional accessory building at 7099 Ward Road. And Councilman Carter-Keeney, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I'd like to propose we adopt resolution 2022-20, which grants permission based on a positive review by the Zoning Board of Appeals on April 7, 2022 for Michael Marshall to be granted an additional accessory building on his property located at 7099 Ward Road, Boston, New York.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Carter-Keeney,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, resolution number 5, or item number 5, I'm sorry, is resolution 2022-21, authorizing an additional accessory building located at 7745 Woolheater Road. I'll take this item, sorry, that's kind of an accessory building here. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2022-21 for authorizing an additional accessory building located at 7745 Woolheater Road. And based off of the zoning board's approval, it's been sent to the town board, and for motion, so I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Karakini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item 6 tonight is an application for use of facilities for the Southtown Slammers / Boys and Girls Club of Boston softball. And Councilwoman Lukashev, would you like to take that item?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. So we have 2 applications actually for Southtown Slammers / Boys and Girls Club. The first one is for softball, May 1st through September 1st, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., using town fields, number 4 and 1, Monday through Friday, 5 to 8, Saturday and Sunday, 8 to 5. Let's see. I make a motion, we approve. I just want to note that the Bobby Wellington, Mike Bellegamba should be connecting with, as it states on the form, should be connecting with the other sporting leagues to make sure that these are available. Otherwise, I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Karakini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item 7 tonight under new business is a application for use of town facility for Southtown Slammers Boys and Girls Club softball tournament. And Councilman Karakini, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. This new format with both sides is confusing. I'd like to propose that we adopt the application for use of facility for the Boys and Girls Club of Boston, Bobby Wellington, Director, for a softball tournament on July 22nd through 24th. They're requesting town fields number 4 and number 1. They are not serving alcohol, they are not having a private party, and they are not having a special event. Pending there's no conflicts with any of the other sporting leagues, I'd like to adopt this use of facility.
A second.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Karakini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 8 under new business is an application for use of facility for the Boys and Girls Club of Boston for the movie nights. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to approve, make a motion to approve the application for use of facility for the Boys and Girls Club for movie nights on the following dates: July 6th, July 20th, August 3rd, August 17th, August 31st. Setup time is 7 p.m. Movie time is 8 p.m. Takedown time is 11 p.m. They're going to use the football field and the hill. I'd like to approve this facility, application for use of facility.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Karakini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukashev?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, that is all for new business. Moving on to item number 5 for old business, we have one item. Item number 1 is resolution 2022-17 for the senior center HVAC improvements, which is rejecting an incomplete bid and awarding to the next lowest responsible bidder. And Councilwoman Lukashev, would you like to take that item?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Senior Center Highback improvements. So there's a grant that we obtained funding through Erie County Development Block Grant to offset part of this cost of replacing the Highback system that would serve the senior center room. There are 3 sealed bids were received on April 4th deadline. Those 3 bids, the Willett Builders, Mullenberg Betts, and John W. Danforth. And reviewing these from apparent low bidder, Willett Builders was incomplete as much as it failed to include forms. required in connection with the Erie County Community Development Block Grant funding that's being used for this project. So the town board has made a resolution, so we approve the next bid, sorry, my throat, which is Muhlenberg Vets. Make a motion that we approve the next sealed bid from Muhlenberg Vets in the amount of $109,300.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukascik?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, that is all the business we have for tonight. Moving on to reports and presentations. Highway Superintendent, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. Our second brush pickup will start the week of May 1st. We'll do every road one time in town. Once again, there's some people that are still putting leaves out there. If you bag your leaves up, the highway department will come around and pick them up. The garbage man don't take them, but usually the garbage man will take them unless you have a lot of bags. So if you need help picking up the bags of leaves, we'll come around and pick them up. But otherwise, they gotta be bagged because we have a chipper on the back of the truck, and it's a different machine and a different truck in the box. And so we don't pick up the leaves in the spring. But we do have a lot of wood chips available, and we're gonna have a lot of ditch dirt available. So, past few days, we've been down to North Boston Park, demolishing the old pavilion building in the back. We finished that up today, all except for the pad that's there. We left that there until we decide what's gonna happen with the new building. I got prices on repaving the Trooper Barracks parking lot across the street. If we go with 2 inches of blacktop, the price would be $32,264. If we go with 1.5 inches, it's about $5,000 less. But I don't know if the town wants to do it this year or put money in the budget for next year. But the troopers also would like us to make an additional parking out in front of the Trooper Barracks. I don't have a problem with digging it out and stoning it and doing that, but that'd be totally separate from this year price we got here. And I haven't figured that out yet. It's gonna be between $5,000 and $10,000, approximately. Other than that, I'd like to ask the request approval to dispose of the construction debris, specifically broken cinder blocks from the demolition of the old park pavilion at my property to use as fill pending the engineer confirming these have no value to the town. This would save the town significant cost of paying to take it to the landfill disposal of this demolition debris. And if anybody else, I know Mr. Cartini offered to ask if he could have some. I have no problem if the town wants to authorize him to have some blocks, if people like them. I don't have a problem with sharing a broken block. I mean, it's just 30-year-old or 40-year-old or 50-year-old cinder blocks, and we knocked it down with a great awl and scooped it up with a high lift, so it isn't something that you're gonna wanna build your garage out of, I can tell you that. So it's up to the board. You know, after the town engineer says there's no value to the block, I'll take some, and anybody else that wants some.
Happy to make that motion for you, Bob.
And other than that, I think, I'd kind of like to report a little bit on the condition of the roads in town.
They were gonna make a motion.
Make a motion.
Oh,
That's okay, you're good.
Jumping ahead.
Wow.
I make a motion, we approve to share the cinder block.
I'll second.
Well, to make it, you know, yeah.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Keating?
I have to abstain.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukascik?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Go ahead.
And then I'd like to report a little bit about the roads in town. The county roads versus the town roads is, you can see driving down Boston State Road, Back Creek Road, Ophelius Road, don't matter what road you drive on in the town of Boston, if it's a county road, Farner Road, they're all in terrible shape. And people ask me a lot of times why that is, and I pretty much tell them basically it's just pure lack of maintenance. They don't clean their ditches, they don't cut their brush, they don't oil and stone the road, which is the biggest thing in our area with the weather we have as far as saving your roads is oiling, stoning the roads. Yes, I know for 2 days there's a little loose stone, but it seals up all the cracks and rejuvenates the blacktop. Boston State Road, for instance, out here, was just milled and paved, I don't know, maybe 7 years ago. I don't even know if it was that long ago. 6 years. And when you drive down Boston State Road, the potholes are everywhere, and it just gets worse all the time. It's all cracked up, the water gets into every crack, and then it freezes, and it just falls apart. You drive on the town roads, we've had very, very few. We went to Rooker Lumber to buy a couple bags of cold patch for 50 pounds. When I first started, we used to go and get truckloads of cold patch, but that's before they oil and stone roads. So the oil and stoning is just the best way to go in our area to save the roads from falling apart. And the ditching is a big thing, and not salting bare roads like the county does all the time. If you notice in the last 2 weeks, roads are bare and county trucks are salting the roads. Salt costs $50-some a ton, plus the guys, the fuel is $5 a gallon, they're just out there wasting the time. But that's all I have tonight. It just frustrates me to see that happening with the county.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Sully, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I want to thank the Highway Department and Bob. I think we are so lucky to have such a great, highway department to take care of our roads. And that's a great example that he showed us, so kudos to our Boston Highway Department. Continuing on the road scene, as we know, construction season is upon us. We see the bulldozers down on Boston State Road with all the projects. Just a reminder to please watch the children, be careful, the kids out there starting to play outside. I've recently been in contact with the Eckerd Road again with trying to lower the speed limit. This stuff is all coming back, and just kind of be aware of safety for the kids. We have to commend our 3 fire departments and the EMS for the great response today. It was a big accident. I want to thank all the volunteers that came out, and we're truly lucky to have them here. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilman Gardini, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I'd like to let everybody know that I missed the board meeting on the 16th of March because I was post-op from a procedure I had done on Monday. I thought for sure I would be here, and there was no way I could possibly be here. So I wanted to thank everybody for excusing my absence for that meeting. I pride myself on exceptional attendance, and it was hard to miss that meeting, especially knowing that I was scheduled to attend the 8th grade field trip to DC with my daughter's class on the 6th of April. So I just want to let people know where I was. Also would like to thank the great community we have in the first responders in town. They do a great job, morning, noon, and night, and certainly the response today was exceptional. With that said, the North Boston Fire Company still has a few gala tickets for their 50 grand gala in July. I'm told they have less than 40. So contact the North Boston Fire Company if you're interested in purchasing tickets. And also the Boston Fire Company Sportsman Raffle that's going to be coming up here in the next couple of weeks on May 7th. They still have some tickets available as well. So I encourage you to reach out to the Boston Fire Company and the North Boston Fire Company to support the volunteer effort in our community. That's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Councilwoman Lukacek, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The ZBA meeting is scheduled for May 5th, which is their next meeting. The agenda is out, and Planning Board is scheduled for its next meeting on May 10th. That schedule is not out as of yet. So if you're interested in attending and or participating in the future, please provide an application to the boards. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. Town Clerk, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. As was in the agenda, that the town clerk monthly report for March 2022 has been submitted to Supervisor Keating's office. I actually don't have that much tonight. We did have a Connect Life blood drive in April, but unfortunately I don't have the results from that, so I will get that.
23, 69 lives saved.
Oh, well, thank you, Jay. I did not get that email. There's 23 donations that have the capability of saving 69 lives. Thank you. And there will be another Connect Life blood drive in May. Fishing licenses, the weather is getting nicer, so we do have New York State fishing licenses for sale. Youth 16 and under do not need to, there is no fishing license that is required, but if there is an adult that is fishing with that child, a fishing license is required. It is probably the best deal that New York State has. It's $25 for the entire year, and it does let you fish in the entirety of New York State. So if anyone is interested, we do have those for sale in the town clerk's office. Leading into that with the youth fishing derby will be coming up on Saturday, May 7th. That is the day before Mother's Day, and the CAC puts that on along with the South Collins Walleye. So certainly if you have children or grandchildren, come out and take part in that. It's been a few years since we've been able to have that without restrictions, so come on out, and that is all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I as well just have a couple of things. Most of the residents probably heard, as Councilwoman Selby had stated, they've seen the construction going on Boston State roads. Just please keep the speed down, be safe through that work zone area. That is going to last a solid 7 to 8 weeks. So any residents in that area, they will be notified by the contractor and also Erie County about the shutoffs that are required to replace the water line that is being replaced. But stay tuned if you're on social media, follow the town Facebook page or the town website. It's a lot easier for us to put a quick blast of email out there versus them truly sending boots on the ground, so to speak, and going door to door knocking and telling people. So if they have any questions, residents are always welcome to call my office. So that's nice to see that project get done, and it should be completed by early June, hopefully, possibly even before then. We'll see how everything goes. Just kind of piggybacking off what the highway superintendent has said, there's a lot of work on the county roads that needs to be done. I know the highway superintendent has brought this up multiple times. We've had Legislator Mills here at our town board meetings. Legislator Mills and I have been in contact quite a few times now. And on May 3rd, Legislator Mills and Commissioner Bill Geary will be out in Boston driving roads and seeing basically what's going on. It's one of the conversations I had with them instead of talking about it over email or over the phone. Kind of get boots on ground and take a look at the shoulders, what's going on Boston State Road. In fact, North Boston Garage is an area that was an area of concern, as Councilwoman Selby had stated earlier. The area over by Packard and Taylor Road, that's been an area of concern that we've done traffic studies, we've requested the speed limit sign. So they're aware of it, but hopefully they'll get an actual set of eyes on some of these concerns and maybe experience what we're experiencing living here and hopefully get some corrective action. I just wanted to update everyone on that. I'm going to save that one to last. State of the county, if you didn't watch it on the media, that was streamed. I was invited, actually all town supervisors and mayors were invited to the state of the county where the county executive had laid out his plan for some of the spending in Erie County. Roads is one of them. The drawback, like the highway superintendent was saying, asphalt has gone, like everything else, has gone up substantially. Asphalt, I don't know about what Bob has to say. On this site, I don't know the exact numbers, but at the time of the conversation, asphalt was coming about $67 a ton. It's well over $100 a ton. It's just when the county executive, I'm not trying to defend or make this a political statement, but when the county executive is saying he's going to go after more roads this year, the dollar can only go so far, right? So that was one of the parts that was discussed at that meeting. Of course, was the new Bill Stadium, and then also another topic of discussion that was there was. And actually, there's been some, if you go to the town of Boston website, support for small businesses, farms, and other areas. There's funding coming into those avenues. So all those links we put out on the town website so the public can have easy access to that information once it all becomes available. One thing that I did want to draw attention to that I guess is a positive for our community from Erie County Highway is that on Chestnut Ridge Road, they put in chevrons on that road last fall, I believe it was. I don't know the timeline on this, but there's a vehicle that had, for whatever reason, decided to continue straight, went through the guardrail. Thank God they did not come down on Boston State Road. But after replacing that guardrail, after a couple of residents had called, they've put chevrons there. They put chevrons around the North Boston Garage. North Boston Garage, I know, is a I'll call it an area that has resident concern, just because of the line of sight in the area through there. So the hope is that those chevrons will alert people of the bend, and that will act as its own natural traffic, what they refer to as a traffic calming device. We'll see, but I just actually spoke to a resident on Monday, that vehicles are still going around that bend excessively fast. They're hoping that somebody doesn't get hurt. So as a town board, we will keep working on that area. And again, I saved this one for last because boy, I wish I could stop talking about it. But anyway, the county numbers are up for COVID. We do still have them. The county does still have supply. The town does have N95 masks and COVID test kits. Please don't go to the drugstore if you need a test kit. Call the town hall, come in and get one. Don't spend the $10. They're here. That's already your taxpayer money. It's already been spent. Erie County Emergency Services does supply them to the municipalities that request them. We do have a small supply downstairs. If we need more, we can always get more of it. Don't spend the $10, $12, $13 at a drugstore. Come get what we have here. So keep the money in your pocket, especially in today's environment. And again, not saying you have to use them, but just tossing it out there that that's a public service that is here at the town hall. And that is all I have for tonight. So I will make a motion to end the meeting at 8:03 p.m.
Second.
Councilwoman Selby?
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek?
Yes.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned.